Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on the PTR for patch 6.1, where they're currently testing the LFR version for Blackrock Foundry, and this is boss number 2, which is actually boss number 1. The reason why I say that is because in the LFR version of Blackrock, you've got to defeat Oregorger, who's the boss, before you can go through to Gruul. However, on the dungeon list, Gruul comes top because when you do normal or heroic or mythic raiding, you can decide which pathway you want to go down. So if you want to do Gruul first, do Gruul. If you want to do Oregorger first, do Oregorger. So there we go, a little bit of knowledge for you to start the video off with. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the abilities that you need to look out for if you are to defeat this boss. So first up, let's deal with the nastiest of nasty, and that was it right there, the Acid Torrent. Now, it sprays at ranged, not at melees, at ranged, dealing 182k damage, and it also increases the damage of further acid torrents by 182k. So if you were to be hit twice by it in relatively quick succession, thankfully doesn't spew it out in quick succession, you'd most likely be killed. So you've got to be very careful, not only just DPSs but also healers. You've got to be really on the ball to get this damage which is coming in from the acid torrent pimped up. But not only that, all other targets take 110k damage, which is reduced though, this is the complicated bit, by the initial target's total damage mitigation. So the target which got struck, all the mitigation which it does on that acid torrent is going to diminish that 110k damage which goes through to the other ranged peeps. Ouch! So you could do it one of two ways. You could stack your ranged up and then healers obviously pumping out AoE heals, or you could just spread them here and there and then have pockets of healers as well. We've also got the Retched Blackrock, where he basically pukes at a target and leaves a pool of acid on the floor. You could see it scattered around the place. This is brown acidic pools. There you go. Don't stand in there. It inflicts nature damage every 1.5 seconds, so there's no reason why you should take more than literally one tick. Get out. Don't stand in the crap on the floor. We all know that. Don't stand in the fire. He'll also do explosive shards, which inflict 33k damage and knock back players in an area. But after 3 seconds after the knockback, the shard will explode, dealing 37k damage and then stunning nearby players. So if you're one of the people who got infected with the shard, you get knocked back, don't go charging back in. If you're melee and you go charging back in, after 3 seconds, you're going to stun everybody around you. It's going to be a massive ball ache. So probably just step out, make sure that people aren't really near you. If you've got DBM and such, you'll most likely get a warning radar about how close people are to the ability, and then let it explode, take your damage. It's not much. It's 1/10 of your health or something like that, and then just get back into the fight. We then have Blackrock Barrage, which is interruptible, and when it starts coming in, interrupt it. I know, it's a novel concept in LFR, but try and do it if you can. You'll notice that I actually do it a couple of times in this fight. Well, if it goes off, it will fire some Blackrock spikes around the place, and they'll deal 23.5k damage to all players. This is just a segment, it's everybody. That's why the interrupt is pretty important. He'll also do an ability called Acid Maw, not Dread Scale. Wrath of Lich King people will get that. He does Acid Maw, which covers the target in acid. Yeah, acid inverted commas. Dealing 2.7k nature damage every 2 seconds for 8 seconds. It's not a big one. It's not a massive one. But this is the biggie here. This feeding frenzy where he uses up all his ore reserves and he goes charging around the place trying to top up to get some more. Now, if you're hit by his roll, he'll deal between 70 and 77k damage and stun you with a knockdown. As you saw, I got just tagged. He'll then continue to roll around the place. Look, it's a bit of a splash damage on that, so be careful where you are. And he'll do an ability all the time during this phase called Earth-Shaking Collision, which deals 13k to all players. However, the longer he stays in this feeding frenzy, he'll do Hunger Drive, where he'll get more and more pissed off, and that Earth-Shaking Collision ability will start to deal 5% more damage per stack, and it can stack up to 100 times. Now, if you're unsure about which way he's going, which direction he's going when he's running around this maze, he'll actually face the direction he's going to roll before firing out the roll, so you can get yourself away from it. You deal with all of that, gubbins, you'll defeat the fight. So it's up to you whether or not you want to destroy the boxes, the crates of ore, but the longer it stays out, the more difficult that rolling frenzy phase is going to be. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links in the description below. I'll be back with more stuff very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.